Welcome back. All right, as you know, today's Thursday, so we talk about marriage relationship matters. So dealing with the ex can often be awkward enough as it is. Such encounters are normally uncommon and short-lived. When two characters with a romantic history end up working together, the tension is magnified by the fact that they have to see each other on a daily basis with no easy means of escape. Now we ask, can you actually date your ex? You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet to us at Yourview TVC. Now, so for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, there's a popular lady on television who dated a gentleman for quite a long time, and they've actually had to work together. And I see them on TV like almost every day working together. And I'm wondering,
who's the gentleman?
I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to mention it. I should have told you before the break. Now, recently the guy got married. Just last month. And I'm just like, okay, how can she continue that? Because I know that they had history together. So, but she was mature enough to work with him. Because initially when it started, I said, you're working with this guy. She's like, yeah, now. I was like, yeah, why? Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. But I know there's somewhere in her that she still had feelings for this guy. So my question therefore is it that for you not to be able to do that, it's based on maturity? Because she obviously seems to be mature enough for that, because now the guy has married somebody else and she's still working with him.
What if you're not matured enough, but you don't have another source of income? There's nothing to do. If you stay away from work, you're going to go hungry. There are some women who you still have to go to work every day and go back home and go and cry every day, you know. And I think that it really depends on who you're with now. If you're alone and you think that you can handle it, okay, good. But if you're with somebody who knows that that other person is your ex and is uncomfortable with it, you may not be able to work with them, because every small thing, if they're calling you and it's just a business call, this is her ex calling her at 9 p.m. Why? What's he calling you for? You know, it may be difficult.
Yeah, I think there is no way that the present person will not feel some, because see, I remember I went to get a job from an ex-boyfriend. This is many, many years ago. I was in my 20s. I knew the husband and I knew the wife from different, you know, and I was going to get a job, but then another better job came up. But then I now heard that the wife said that if I had come to work there, she would have broken my head. Yeah. I now heard later. The wife and I are very good friends now. Well, I mean, they have even broken up because
several years after.
Because of you.
Not because of you. But okay. I mean, when I was going to work for the guy, I didn't have any.
But now let's look at it.
Now.
As you are married, you have a relationship. Can you let your man date or be that close with his ex?
You see, because I am a very liberal person, and I believe that men, you know, are polygamous by nature.
Really?
I will allow it. Might not like it, but I will not do anything about it, because I am in a similar situation right now. My partner and his ex are.
Hey, Waike, how do you allow that to happen? Yeah, Jehovah, in this 2015. No, but I mean, I don't know how that. I mean, I will when they are chatting, I'll feel like, what are they chatting about? What exactly?
Can I say something, Mariah? Let us put this thing in perspective. It depends on the relationship that your ex had with your husband or your current.
Very true.
If they had a very strong relationship, oh boy, I don't go agree. Stay where you are, let him stay where he is. Because there's something about emotions. Even maturity, Mariah, cannot cure feelings. No matter how mature you are, there's a level you will get to that your feelings will now overshadow the level of maturity that you think you have.
Especially when there's intimacy.
Do you understand? Yeah. Especially when there's intimacy. So I'd rather that my ex stay, you know, because especially if their relationship was really tight, something happened and, you know, okay, for instance, if he was in a relationship with the person and it was just his mother that insisted that no, you understand, and he truly loved that person, you think that he will not continue to nurse a feeling for that person? He will continue to do that.
No, it's the trust
so
that
I beg. No, it's not issue of trust. I trust my husband 110%.
Using myself.
But please, when it comes to things that has to do with intimacy,
using myself as an example, I know that by the time I move on to another relationship, I'm totally done with the ex. No more emotions
you.
whatsoever.
Because you are a woman, Jumoke.
I'm talking about myself. I said using myself as an example. But some men don't even think that every woman is like that. Like if the man was very, very close to you, men don't trust women enough with our emotions because we are emotional beings. But I know myself that nothing is gone, is gone.
Let me help.
10 years down the line. Whatever emotions that you had for this person, maybe you have even dated 2 or 3 people after. The man has changed, you have changed. What are you holding on to? If
now let me take this angle. Is it possible that a woman, for example, is intimate with a guy, and then a certain way you guys were very close in that area? Now you move on to marry somebody else, and this person you're married to is not as good as this person in that area. Suddenly now you're not working. Notes. You're not, of course, you're comparing. Like, when I used to date this guy, man, it used to be like this. I've been to my husband. Oh God, just give me the grace to manage it for the next 50 years. And suddenly now, this guy who was just fantastic becomes your colleague, or you have to work with them. I'm saying. So every day you go home to your husband who is just not getting it right. I'm saying. So would you take that kind of chance? So you say because you're a woman, you have the maturity
out there. And let us imagine that he's the one that even left you. So you are still nursing.
Yes, the neglect.
This guy, I still like him.
And all of a sudden he's coming back.
Then he now comes back into your life. And you have one boyfriend. If I am your boyfriend, I will say,
this will happen.
The 2 of you, you are both mad. I will separate
things will happen. And I wanted to point on what Jumoke said. You move on. It is very, you know that a woman would not sleep with a man. I'm not talking about loose and promiscuous women. I'm talking about a decent woman will never sleep with a man that she's not emotionally attached to. Do you understand? So it is easy for us to say, okay, I've moved on. I'm now emotionally connected to another man. Else. But another, a man might not, he doesn't really need to have emotions to want to have, sex with the person. So you need to understand that factor and just put yourself and pack well. Because if that girl now decides to not tie him down, what will happen? So I'd rather they just stay apart. Stay where you are, I stay where I am. Simple.
But what if you find yourself in the same office, for instance? Good paying job. You are being paid ₦1 million per month. And then your ex is your oga. He's being paid 1.2 million per month. Won't you find a way to work it out?
Certainly.
Won't your present boyfriend find a way to understand?
If your current boyfriend is earning 3.5 million, you will not understand.
Exactly. If he's earning 3.5 million and says, Jumoke, you know what, come and sit at home. Yes,
I pay you the 1 million.
But if he's earning 100,000,
yeah. But this brings a very, very key issue. What we just raised. When you are lacking in finance, so many things can go wrong.
Let me take this call from Tolu. Tolu Shomulu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good. Go ahead, please. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Mariah, good morning.
Morning.
And morning to every other ladies in the house.
Good morning. You are my namesake.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, realistic. Yeah, I'm saying good morning to you. You be realistic about the issue. And right, Moke there is just trying to paint the situation. You women, let's say women generally, cannot take it for a man to work with a ex.
Of course not.
But in a woman's case, you prefer, like, you can see the maturity in yourself to do whatever you want to do. I can handle it, like Jumoke is saying. I should look at what I'm standing to gain, my job, what I'm earning. And I can, whatever the situation might be, it's in the past. But somebody who made you cry 5 years ago, start making you laugh 5 times daily. Jumoke, I think it's going to be a real problem.
Right. Thank you so much, Tolu. Now, recently, in fact, just last week, actually, very recently, I called somebody, an old friend, and he was telling me that, I had a serious crush on you. Now, this is a guy that I never really liked him like that, but he looked good. I mean, he was good, but I never really looked at him that way. So he now told me, if you know how I was crazy, I had a serious crush on you. I'm like, really? But I said, I didn't know. You should have said something then. I said, well, now you're married. He said, okay, so we have a business relationship we're trying to do together. And I said, let's meet out for lunch. Let's do dinner. I need Jehovah. dinner. You that just confessed to me. No. You had serious crush on me. Okay, no, but so we've not agreed on this dinner thing. I've not even told my husband about it.
Your husband has heard.
He's not watching.
Husband, if you are listening,
he's not watching.
Don't let her go.
So this dinner now, he said that he's traveling, that he'll come back in 2 weeks. That let's do dinner somewhere. Let's just have a conversation about this business. It's a business now. He has something I need. I need a job from him. There's a transaction I'm trying to do, and I need him for that. So now, he said, I don't have a crush on him, but I don't know what the guy looks like now. I'm saying, I don't know what he looks like.
May I always say that it's a man who proposes to a woman, regardless of culture. It's a man who approaches a woman. A woman is a receptacle. She is the one who says yes or no. Now, you will always have to use maturity. For instance, when a guy approaches you and you don't like him, even if you are single, there's a way you tell him off without being rude.
True.
Now you're a married woman, you're not interested in any other man, regardless of if he's totally in love with you. So it is for you to display maturity.
Exactly.
Give you my story.
Nice. Let me take Ene. Ene from Agege, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine. I don't miss your program.
Thank you.
Except there is no light.
Thank you.
I'm very much interested on the topic going on. I was, in fact, I had an experience. I don't think it's possible. For me, I won't take it. Working with an ex-lover in the same office, no matter what happens. Because I'll reflect back how we started years back.
They're paying you 1 million naira a month too.
You understand? So to me, I better avoid it than getting myself in such situation.
Ene, what if they're paying you 1 million naira a month and your own husband in the house earns 200,000 naira a month? Would you leave that office?
I can't compromise my marriage. I trust God. I believe God that He will open doors somewhere
fantastic.
else.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
You see, when you know yourself,
when you know yourself,
avoid the temptation. The Bible says, flee
from all
temptation.
appearance.
But I wanted to say something. I wanted to raise the point. You see, the truth is that I think for married couples, it's important that you are close. You have a close relationship, communication, everything. You should be like this, one with your spouse. Because you see, I think where that thing comes into play, I can actually walk with my ex. That is provided if I have a very, very super healthy relationship with him, marriage-wise. Because I have been in a situation where, I was feeling very depressed from home. And all of a sudden, my ex started coming, started visiting. Trust me, it was the deliverance of the Holy Spirit that saved me. Because if not, I would have also been part of that, because of course, it was a mutual statistic. I would have been part of that statistics, of cheating in marriage and all that. And again, you know what even made it stronger? Because myself and my ex had no intimacy, as in there was no sexual relation. So it was just a genuine affection for each other. So it took me a long time to get over that relationship. So I'm saying that, it is important for married couples. My husband understands, that I'm a very emotional person. That is why all the time he tries to make me, even when we fight, he tries to make me happy.
Let me take this call from Peace, I believe. Good morning, are you there?
Yes, good morning, ladies.
Morning, go ahead.
May I ask you a question?
Please.
Do you know what Okafor's law is?
Okafor's law.
I know it. I know it.
I don't know. I don't know it.
I know it.
I'm sure they would educate you.
What is Okafor's law now?
You see, everybody has an ex that you keep going back to. You can't explain it. Everybody, maybe you don't keep going back to, but you think about it. So if it's that kind of ex, I would rather
Run away. And the sad part, Murayo, what was even worse is that when my husband was busy giving me headache in the house, this one said, so you just left me.
That's how it
Wait
always
now,
is.
you just left me, you just ran away. You went to marry. I cried. It was just all the nice things in this one.
From the pit of hell. Demon from the pit of hell.
Get thee behind me, devil. But honestly speaking, it took the grace of God and the intervention of God, and the fact that we are both born again Christians. That saved whatever happened.
The ex or your
husband?
now
The ex now is also a Christian. Okay. That is what saved us. You are bound to have temptations.
Let me take Hassan from Hassan, are you there?
Good morning, Morayo.
Good morning, Hassan.
Good morning, Uwa.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jumoke. And good morning, Waiki.
Good morning.
Uwa, you are very, very realistic. You understand?
Yes, so.
You don't give what you don't have.
Abio.
You are married, you are married. Keep to your marriage. Going with your ex-lover to work is a serious temptation.
Serious one.
We should always avoid it. There's no way you can go above your emotion. Emotion is very, very powerful. There's nothing like reasoning in it. There's nothing like logic in it. There's nothing like power in it. The best bet for you, avoid it and secure your marriage and be happy. Good morning.
May I say that Okafor's law is once Debe, always Debe, but it's only for one person. That's what I think. You can't still have the same level of. It's not all your exes. If you dated three people,
one that you're strongly.
it must be one person, and you will know that one. You should run away from it. There's no calculation that will save you.
Earn 1 million.
There's no calculation that will save that one. But the rest, that the relationship, it was just there. It wasn't anything. It didn't hurt you. It didn't break you so much. You can work with such an ex without
in my own
any
life, I only
issue.
have one ex.
So that's what I'm saying. That's one ex. You know what the relationship with him was.
But what I now did, let me say, for women that are also going through this, because I know that there are some women that might be going through this. Do you have a call?
Like YK.
You know?
Let me take Honorable Adisa from Oyo State. Honorable Adisa.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is my first time caller.
Yay!
We are bubbling today.
Honestly, I used to enjoy your program all this while.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
But this question you brought up this morning, I was very, very disappointed. Working with your ex-lover is a great temptation. It's not good at all. Because there is no how you can control your emotions. Because it's something, because it's beyond the woman. There is no how. Later it's not like that. So please, it's something that's not good at all.
Thank you so much, Honorable. There's something that we say that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Do you know that if you're a child of God and you're spirit-filled, do you know that a lot of things will not phase you? Like, yes, your ex is there. You pray about it. I mean, if Toko was here, Toko would have said exactly that.
Let me explain something. Why I now said that for women, okay, so you want to?
Yes, why?
Go on. You know, I said for women that are going through that, what I did, like I said, we were both born again Christians. Right now, he's even a pastor. We still have a very good relationship. But the thing is that what I did, I introduced him to my husband.
Yes.
You see, sin thrives in secrecy.
Yes.
By the time you now have a relationship where you're now talking to him, your husband is coming and say, I'll call you back, I'll call you back. You know, that is when problem will start. So now he's friends with my husband. They know each other. So we know that, you know, I mean, it would be very difficult for you to now cheat with that kind of a person.
My immediate ex.
Yes.
There is nothing that can ever make him and I, ever.
Never say never.
No, I'm cross paths.
Because there are certain things that made him become your ex. And those certain things will remain, especially at my age.
Yeah.
So I don't see, even if I had to work with, in fact, I would not even want to work with him because it would be upsetting.
Let me take this call from Bukumi, I believe. Bukumi, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, I'm so happy. I'm always calling like you just speak this morning.
Yes.
Hey, Jumoke. What's up? How are you guys?
We are fine.
We're fine.
The topic this morning is, let's say, it has happened to me before, working with my ex, though my husband understands, but my ex was bringing hell out of me. Like, I had to get to job as early as possible, leave work as late, even when I'm pregnant, every man, it's not taking it easy with me. Then one day I just talk up to him like, guy, show me a family. And the thing he said is, you have to familiar. You tell me. You know what I expect you to say. Because you want to put a yellow man resign if you share it. When I give birth, because I'm supposed to go for leave for 6 months. He gave me leave for just 1 month. And then my husband has to face him and tell him my wife is not working. And ever since then till date, I've been a full housewife. So now it's not advisable at all. You might go there that you don't mean anything, that you just want to go and work. But what is the expectation that you are expecting from that person? That person might not be taking it the way you wanted it.
Yeah.
So, to me,
thank you so much.
Not advisable.
You're right.
I agree because, sorry, there is something that made somebody become your ex. Ex, they call you the ex. You know?
YK.
So,
now he could have jilted you. So
After years, sometimes you forget the bad things that happened in that relationship.
Because now you're happy.
Yes. And a lot of times, the grass always looks greener on the other side. There's no perfect human being. Now, you are seeing your current, your spouse, on a daily, you see the good and the bad. Your ex, you probably only be seeing the good because it's from afar. He's able to come and tell you, I'll buy you lunch, I'll take care of you, I'll do all of these things for you because he's trying to woo you back. Well, he looks green on the other side.
Well, for someone like me, that my husband doesn't even like to hear about ex. So he doesn't, when I start saying about, and somebody who called me, he's like, I don't want. So that kind of situation. And I'll go to dinner now, and nothing will happen. Let me take this. Let me take this call from Yakub. Yakub, are you there?
avoid temptation.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
To me, let us just pray that God Almighty should make us comfortable in our marriage.
Amen.
Because it is not easy.
Yes.
Working with ex is something that will drag you to that kind of a situation. If you don't have anything in the marriage, you have not eaten from morning till night, even to send your children to school, you find it difficult.
True.
You'll be tempted to go and work with us. And then working with us, let me use our language. God bless you all.
May I take a few tweets?
Let's take tweets.
And there are lots of them. Latif
four for
Bolanle
each.
says, I love this topic. Kudos to you guys. In fact, I'm still thinking working with my ex, but now I've dropped it. Ogushaga Shine says, you really don't need to work together for the flame to burn back. As long as you keep in touch, keep updating each other, it will come. Clara Oloyede says, if your intimacy was tight, you did a whole lot together in the past, it's best you stay off.
Nigeria 8 Job says, it is your spirit that is born again, not your flesh. And you can trust God. Well, what God said that it is the arm of flesh
that will fail you. Ike says, Biko, I want to ask, why y'all didn't marry your ex in the first place? Waiting happened. That's what he's asking. That why didn't you marry your ex in the first place?
Let me take Wumi's call from Yanakwaja. Wumi, are you there? Jimmy.
Hello, good morning.
Jimmy, morning.
Good morning, Morayo.
Morning.
Jumoke and YK.
Good morning.
As other callers have said, the best is just for you to ignore you can't work with your ex. It's not possible. You're in the same office at the same time, looking at each other. It's emotional. You know, you are attached emotional. And remember all those things that has happened. There is no way. Something must happen one day.
Okay. Thank you. But let's remember what Jumoke said. There are different types of exes.
Yes. So
there's some exes that just we dated, we hung out, I really liked you.
Work.
It didn't work out. But the one that I was intimate with, so it doesn't mean that okay, somebody you dated, there's that emotional connection wasn't there. So you can work with that kind of person, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Felix Omovia says, flee, that is the right word. Every appearance of evil, you flee. Fumilayo says, you guys are lucky in marriage. I have an ex who no one can separate me from. That's what she's saying.
Papi
now,
says,
okay.
According to Google, Okafor's law says, once hit it, always can hit.
Yeah. Precious Oluwatobi says, sin thrives in secrecy. Nice one, Uwa. Richmond says, born again, no rich there, abego. Sayuame, there are things we shouldn't do because we are born again. Old memories tell Jare.
Samuel Akinyemi says, work is work, business is business. No emotional attachment. Both should understand the purpose of working together.
They said, Morayo, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. Forget spirituality. Akimbo.
Omoluabi says, it is better to avoid that type of work that makes you susceptible to temptation. Wisdom is
So I should go for my dinner.
No, go for your dinner.
I need that business
Go for your dinner, Mariah. Nothing will happen.
Business.
Nonya Lizzie says, working with an ex-lover is not advisable.
In my own case.
Emotion is stronger than what we thought. No matter how religious you are or cautious, like Uwa said, flee.
Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll now help YK's matter because your YK, you're actually living it right now.
I'm living it.
Your guy is working with his ex.
And the juicy part, I will
say
very
closely.
close.
We'll be right back. Very closely. I don't even understand.
He's not watching the show
YK.
today.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome. I was still talking about can you actually date your ex? I wanted to use a case study.
Can you work with your ex?
Work with your ex. Yes, well, you're going to fill us in some hot gist on this matter.
Can I take a few more tweets?
Use that mouth to fill us with the gist.
Can I just take a few more tweets before we go back to her? Olokobi Abiodun says, working with an ex isn't so simple. At times you may feel you can handle it, but sometimes you may be wrong. So, note of caution. Oguntade Oluwafemi says, when the man doesn't have feelings for the lady, it's still good though. But if the lady has feelings for the man, I beg, make the guy run. No.
Now that's where I agree. That's why I come to YK. You can vouch for your man, but you cannot vouch for the woman. It is possible she's still not, especially because this person is allegedly divorced or widowed, divorced. So she's available.
Very.
So you don't know her mind. You see, the Yoruba has a saying that when the lizard is, you don't know what's inside the tummy. You don't know.
A lizard, you know what they eat now. You know what's inside the tummy.
But let me ask you a question, YK.
Let's solve the problem.
Let's solve the problem, YK. Honestly,
okay.
we must ambush that place and inject this woman.
Don't wait. While they are thinking about it, I wanted to say she, because she's now available, may be fasting and praying. Maybe they are not married.
Okay, now remember my thoughts.
After Mariah's phone call.
That she be fasting and praying that they should not tie the knot, yes, so that she can enter.
But we are happy together.
She doesn't know that one.
We are happy together. We don't need to tie the knots to be happy.
Yes.
But she doesn't know that.
I now know what I want to say after your call.
Emmanuel, are you there?
Morning.
Morning, please go ahead.
I'm the first time caller.
Yay!
I'm interested in this topic because it has happened to me.
Oh dear.
I was married to someone that was working in the bank, and she was a top executive, and her ex was also a top executive in the same branch. And they said they've done all sorts, and we got married. And the guy, you know, there's something about marriage. When you get married, you look so good and you look so different. And the guy started coming back.
Taking care of you now.
And I kept telling my ex that you should stop this. He said, it's nothing, it's just business. It's just work. But they end up speaking with each other, you have to end that marriage.
Oh.
You know, so working with your ex, no matter how much you are earning, comes with a price. So are you willing to take that price?
To sacrifice your marriage for that?
Fantastic.
Difficult.
Fantastic, Emmanuel. Thank you.
No, the point I was trying to make to YK, because you see, like me, for my own relationship, I broke off the relationship, and I told him, I said, somebody's really interested in getting married to me, and he was busy speaking grammar, what will be destiny cannot be changed. Okay, no problem. And I moved on. So when that thing flipped, of course, you know, hearing those nice words, I'm saying now for this lady, if she sees you, you know, there's something like when you throw something away and all of a sudden it's looking good. You know, is this not the man I dumped? How come he's just happy, he's smiling all the time, he's prosperous, she's seeing all the good things happening all the time. And the way he takes care of you. Yes.
The way he takes care of you.
And the way he cherishes you. Would you not be afraid to say that, this lady, the way she's seeing all the good things, because she's seeing everything.
Yes.
You know, would it not start nursing another feeling for her to want to now come back?
Aren't you afraid of that?
But even if she's nursing the feeling, if he is not, if I can hold my thing, it's calm. Don't go anywhere. So it is up to me. This situation, I think it's now up to me to not throw them together, but hold my own and say, look, you know what? Don't
go there. Let me take this call from Sharon. Sharon, are you there?
And even if it's true.
Good morning.
Sorry, Sharon.
Yes. Morning.
Good morning, lady.
Hello, Sharon.
Good morning.
Oh, sorry.
And even if he strays, I believe that he will still come back to me.
Why?
Yes.
Depending on
So
how he strayed.
you are prepared for the worst case scenario. You are prepared for the worst case scenario.
Yes.
Okay, that's another approach. Because as a woman, where you know you cannot really do anything about your ex, your spouse being with his ex, you can't do anything about it. Be prepared. Pray about it. Someone like, be fast and pray. Ask God for grace. Continue to do your own part. But if it does happen, be prepared for how to deal with that situation.
And I've been in situations where I thought that I couldn't handle the situation. But when you truly go into prayer and fasting, the Bible says that in our weakness is God's strength. Go ahead, take your phone call.
Josephine, are you there?
Yeah.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
First time caller.
Yay.
Hey. Morayo.
Yes, ma'am.
The truth is wrong.
Run
away from all these temptations. I had similar experience, and my ex, he was all over my neck. But you know, God has given me the grace to handle some things. Like I used to tell my husband, even when I'm having crush on someone, I'll just hey, honey, you know what? You know, I like that guy, you know, but I have a feeling that if I talk about it, I don't go into it. So God has always given me that grace. Then with my ex, I had a meeting with him one time. I had to go with my friend because I know
the kind of power he has over you.
One has to be careful, you know.
Yeah.
So
thank you so
I
much.
will advise you, if you have to have a meeting with that guy also, probably someone has to go with you.
Okay. Who will escort me?
You're very right. Don't go alone. That's
I have a tweet. Bablo says, please tell Uwa, introducing your ex to your husband solves nothing. We have women having affairs with their husband's friends. Jumiwale says, you are totally right. Please, she was saying, Uwa, you are totally right. Please tell Jumoke that no one can't cheat in nature. What you are talking about is nature. Then I think I want to go with Madame Yeni. I just have to do with sugar.
Jumoke, please.
Adedeji Ajayi says, my ex got me a job in our office, bigger pay, official car, but I refuse to take it because I know we won't be able to handle it. Born King says, working with your ex-lover is just like working with every other person as far as you both stay professional. I agree.
Fragile hearts. Please don't dare work with your ex. Only abstinence would make a difference. Emotion is pretentiously active.
Romy Ima says, there's a saying that if the eye sees the food he used to eat, he becomes hungry. Thoughts for food.
That's so true now, especially because if your ex, if you have a man who is very generous and his ex left him and now he's there helping her with the rent, helping her with her children, you know, just helping.
And like I said, I want to bring
you see, the funniest thing is the ex will make you see what he or she, because
you think
all the things that you have forgotten, all the bad things they will hide, the good things they will show. You know, so your own present one will be showing you bad character.
My ex now get private jet. They do like
this ex, this guy.
Let me take two.
But let me say something.
Okay,
sorry, I want to say something that you see. The truth is that I think for us, what is most important, which is what I want to bring back, like I said before, the finance, you know, your finance and also your relationship with your spouse is key in this issue. Because if your finance is good and your relationship with your spouse is top notch, I don't think you would have any reason to want to
No, there's something called Ojukokoro.
Really?
Yes, because you see, if you're not content, you have to be content with what
I'm content.
My
husband does not have a private jet.
I'm saying you are content. But a woman should not say because her husband doesn't have a private jet, or should now start saying, "Oh, I'm being tempted." You should be content with what you have.
I think so,
yes, your ex might have a house in Banana Island, and you are not living in Ogbomosho somewhere, and then but you're happy. You don't know what you did to get the Banana Island.
Far from Lagos now. Why would you believe in Ogbomosho?
This scenario that you're painting, Morayo, if your husband and your marriage is going through financial problems and your ex is very, very comfortable, that's strong temptation. Don't go near it.
But if you're content, if you're content and you have the right values, that you know what makes me happy is not the material, is what I have inside. So so once you have that, you don't need that money. Really.
You see,
all right.
I'm very happy in my relationship. A few years ago, I was in the States and I saw an ex. In fact, we were staying in the same hotel. But you know what? I was never tempted. Maybe because I'm happy in my relationship, I was never tempted.
Unfortunately,
I think it's just good morals.
Can I take one tweet? Okonla says, no two relationships are alike. It's not as easy as you ladies are thinking. You need to meet two true lovers who were forced out to understand.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
let's take power of prayer.
That's all we can take on this. But it was a good conversation I think we had. And we had lots of calls today. Interesting.
First timers.
Yeah. All right. That's a wrap on today's show. You can catch us on YouTube by checking us on TV Continental and search for Yourview. You can also watch us on Google Plus and search for Yourview too. Now, the best cure for breast cancer is early detection. Get tested today. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Bye.